Get ready, cause we're going live. You're live. Hey, everybody. Sorry for the delay. As usual, we are having technical difficulties. We got a message that the Dark Kingdom doesn't want to get out, and sometimes it's hard to get it rolling. We had mad difficulties, but we figured it all out. Switched computers, so now we're live. So welcome back, Franz.
Good to be back. Finally.
All right, I gotta put your volume up, I believe.
Am I not? I can turn my mic up a little bit.
Yeah, will you?
Mic.
Could just be my headphones, actually. Although I
How's
thought
that? Is that better?
that's a little better. Still seems pretty quiet. Oh, there
I
you
turned it.
go.
Yeah, I turned it up a little more now.
Yeah, that's
All right.
better.
All right. Well, been a long couple 2 weeks. Got some crazy weather here in New England.
Oh yeah, it's been snowing like a madhouse.
We got about a foot and a half.
Yeah, I had to shovel off a couple cars. I had to shove my car off and then go to the shop, shovel the truck off. It's awful.
I didn't even go to work. I stayed home. Couldn't even get off the hill.
Oh really?
Yeah, we were out
Oh,
of
I
power.
bet.
Oh yeah, about a day and a half we were out of power. But yeah, other than that, doing good, surviving the weather. Um, let's start it up. I got some full screen share. All right. Normally, like always the same. It's kind of the theme I've started since we started the show. But um, like always, I know more of what I want as an idea when I start the show. But with limited time this week, it ended up being a lot more than I anticipated. Um, but once again, I'm going to start off by talking about this guy. um, I don't know if have you heard of the Boring Company, Jay?
The what?
The Boring
Yeah,
Company,
yeah.
or how about the Aurora rings?
The Ouroboros.
Their rings, the biometric sensing rings they have you can buy now, wearable
Oh
tech. Anyways,
no,
so
I don't think I have.
yeah, I knew he vaguely knew that he owns the Boring Company, which um, it's literally a giant boring machine in the ground. It literally bores a tunnel for his cars. Um, everybody's talking about this guy going to space and everything, but he can literally just go to Las Vegas and say, "Hey, I want to bore a tunnel under the city," and they're like, "Yeah, have at it." And that's basically what he did. I don't know if you know that you can. It's closed off to all traffic and everything, but there's special boring tunnels or a bored tunnel for his Teslas only. Um, it's a Boring Company is an American infrastructure tunnel construction service company founded by Elon Musk. Um, so I looked it up, and then I wanted to put it on. He's got projects called Hyperloop, the Las Vegas Hyperloop. It's just called Loop. Um, he's now working on projects in Los Angeles and Washington D.C. Um, and then I found this interesting. So here it says flamethrower. And he's sarcastic about these things he says, but he always says these funny things in his professional sites too. It says rumors that secretly creating a zombie apocalypse to generate. Like, why?
Yeah, that's probably more true than not.
That's what I mean. He throws it in like it's a big joke. Hi, yeah, rumors have it. It's just internet gossip, but it's your professional boring company that the country, the government in the country is just letting you go to town when there's a huge infrastructure underground already.
Right. That's how they
That's really,
smuggle all the kidnap victims.
yeah, absolutely, and it runs all the way across the whole country. Um, I've stumbled across parts of it, so it blows my mind that this guy, like his boring machine, is as big as a house. Like if you stood next to the part that actually digs into the earth, it's like 30, 40 feet high. It's like 100-foot diameter boring machine.
Yeah, they're monstrous.
Insane. Um, just the fact that, so now he's got to know where these places are, where the dumbs are, if they're going to allow him to just bore huge tunnels under everything. But he's secretly working on a joke about apocalypse zombies. So here's some more, or put in some visuals, and like a subway station, these cars will come out of a tunnel into a parking lot. People taking escalators down from casinos, and, airport.
So
It's
that's like
double.
up and running right now?
Yeah, right now.
Wow.
And these tunnels are like neon lights. Like you see the little picture in the purple there. They're blue, yellow, green. They're all crazy, like new wave, a modern. Um, yeah, you can fly there and get out of the airport and go right to your hotel, and then to the concert center or whatever it is. It's dubbed the Las Vegas Loop. The system will allow passengers to hitch rides in Teslas to and from places like hotel, casinos, Las Vegas Strip, the city's new football stadium, the Las Vegas Convention Center, and McCarran International Airport. See, like this is the entrance of one of the tunnels after, like, I don't know, I guess you could call it a station because they have little park spots. The cars will pull over for you, and you're taking an escalator down into this place or an elevator.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
It loops the whole city.
It's like a giant serpent they ride around inside of.
It literally, really is.
Yeah. The
Literally.
Ouroboros, right?
Yes. And here's a shot looking down as you're riding down the escalator.
Wow.
So it just blows my mind about how much into uh, creating a civilization on Mars this guy is, when all his businesses talk about going further into the ground for his battery powered. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt it if these tunnels are designed to charge the cars somehow.
Probably, yeah. Could be friction based. I always wondered why they didn't have like alternators connected to the tires and stuff to
Or,
just charge the battery constantly.
or
I think you broke up there.
yeah, can you hear
Wait.
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. That looks like a roller coaster tires.
It does. It's locked in. Some of these tunnels are. It looks like the car's up higher, which it is, but underneath is like the guide system that'll guide that runs that. So these cars can already battery operated, but they can lock in and then just kind of like the car wash thing.
What the heck?
And you know how many computer sensors there are in the car. They don't need to sense other people and pedestrians. They're in the tunnel. He
Yeah.
built the tunnel for his cars specifically, right? But so here's his map.
So it's that whole, all the blue is his?
The Las Vegas Loop. You can see the gray. Here's the blue is his, and to the middle of it. Each dot is a stop. See, there's a hypothetical. They just convince you volunteered to go to Mars. and then you don't see the light of day for 2 or 3 days in his training facilities, and you think you get into a rocket, and you're actually underground on Earth.
Yeah.
So he's also partnered up with Aurora, these like wedding band rings. You ever heard of these?
No, I have not.
So they're sketchy and don't wear them.
Yep. Pretty sure I won't ever have one.
Okay, so it's like Fitbit, just like a
Yeah.
Fitbit or what your Apple does. So this is the third generation now, and I was reading the reviews and people talking about them, and they're saying, "Oh, the third generation is so much better than the first because their tech wasn't that great. It couldn't read all their biometrics, but now they have new tech, updated tech in these, wedding bands you wear on your ring finger or whatever. It has UV lights that reads the temperature of your hand. So basically, it was first released, the first generation, as a sleep study. But you could have insomnia and just lay there like you are sleeping, but be awake, and this thing's reading you as you're asleep. But then all the other stages, like realm, being awake, yeah, and I don't think it's so much that it took them 3 generations to get the technology to be able to get a more accurate sleep or heart rate or pressure. This thing is going to be able to tell your predict your period for females. Um, it's reading your mind waves, your frequencies, your
Dude.
body temperatures,
So it's called the Aura Ring. So
like the Lord of Rings, the Ouroboros. Yes,
yeah,
dude.
the Ouroboros. That's what I'm saying. That's a serpent eating its tail. That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. So now,
Oh
you
my
know,
goodness, dude, that is demonic.
you pay $400 or $500 for one of these. You pay a monthly fee service subscription, and it's you can look up your heart, your sleep study.
What kind of
Um,
people need to see that stuff? I mean, that is like,
well, it goes along with the Fitbit, this wearable technology that's helpful for uh, your health, right? And
it's really not though, man. Like, I
it's
mean,
not, because what it's
we
really
used to have
doing is it's
athletes back in
giving.
the day, right, that never had this stuff.
Right. Right. Well, it's studying more humans, and
Yeah,
now if imagine every single one of us had one of these on, AI Q inside of the internet
yeah,
would be able to know when we were all sleeping, when the majority of us all were sleeping, how deep of a sleep we are, and what frequencies the majority of our brain waves would be tuned to while we sleep.
right. The Internet of Things.
So it is not the tech that's getting better by the third generation, or going to get better by Gen 4 or Gen 5 or Gen 6. What's getting better is the database of human readings.
Yeah,
Just like face recognition software. 10 years ago, it wasn't that great. But now that it's read so many people recording themselves, so many faces, it can tell who you are through a mask.
right. I've seen AI apps now what people use for making deepfake videos of themselves. It's reading their faces and instantly making another face off of their face.
You can even draw like a school child smiley face, and it will animate it.
Yeah, this is crazy stuff, man.
You can. There's one with voices. It's just basically a little toy version. You can go online. I can't remember what the site is, but I was playing with it, and I was making uh, Kanye West rap and seeing all kinds of funny stuff. But either way, all right. So back to these. Yeah. So now, and then it was just announced that Elon partnered with this company. So now think about what I just said about how you are in underground, and you somehow believe you were this volunteer astronaut that's going to go colonize Mars, but you're in ground, and this thing's reading all your biometrics, your blood pressure, your heart rate. And you're going to ride out in a lithium battery in a tunnel. And it's just way too much tech guiding you around, telling you what to do, and studying your brain waves and frequencies.
It's the electric fence for humanity. It's a
So,
prison.
and he's making money off of you giving him this information by wearing this ring, empowering his database.
Yeah.
So, well, the short advice is stay away.
Yeah, this is what it says in scriptures. In Corinthians, it says, "For we are not ignorant of Satan's devices." This is the kind of stuff it's talking about. All this Internet of Things. Everybody's hooking these things up to their bodies. Their fridge can tell you if it needs milk. Your washing machine can go on spin cycle from a touch on your phone. It's like, this is ridiculous, man.
Literally, it is. It is ridiculous. So, you're carrying your phone in your pocket, counts steps, and knows when you're walking or when you're driving already. Um, just you're people are giving way too much of the only things they can have, like your heart rate, what you feel or think, or when you calm yourself down and go to sleep, or when you know just it's getting so close you can't run from it anymore, because you're paying them to give this information to them for them to own the company, to bore their own tunnels, to sell you more stuff in their cars they make to go in these tunnels. Anyways, figured I'd start off with a little bit of current events
Yeah,
and Elon and his apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, creating tunnel thing seemed interesting enough for me to share.
probably his escape plan.
Like I said, just imagine, there's going to be aliens and meteorites, and Elon's going to put us all in rockets and ship us to Mars, and we'll just be further into the Earth.
Yeah. Oh, this is that book you got, right?
Correct. So, like I said, I wanted to start talking about some of the books I've been reading, and I happened to hit up another bookstore since the last show and started reading 3 more books. But in doing so, I found another article that actually relates to everything we've been talking about, which is the other guy I like to call out a lot, Christopher Columbus. This building is this is cruciform building down in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, it's a cross.
Yeah, I'll show you some more pictures, but yeah, it basically is a huge cross. This building is huge. All right, so to me, I wanted to put it in because I know I've been saying that I no longer believe Christopher Columbus was actually a physical person. If he was, it was somebody else, and this is more proof of that, because there's 3 different places that supposedly hold his remains, and this was supposedly built by his son. All right, so I'll read from the page. In 1506, Christopher Columbus died in his mid-50s in Spain. If we think about what he was, he joined a ship on it and becoming just a regular hand, to being the captain, to being revered by the crown and the church, and then explore and stumble across the Americas by the time he was, say, 19, 20, early 20s. Because if he died in his mid 50s, I'm sorry, it's more of the blah, blah, blah. Anyways, because it just doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
But his death was not the end of his adventures. His body continued to travel centuries-long shell game. Immediately after his death, Columbus was buried in Valladolid. Now, I like that spelling, Balla, Bala.
Yeah.
The town in which he spent his last days. Then, on his wishes of his son Diego, The body was moved to Seville, but this wasn't Columbus's final destination. Diego wanted a grand.
We lost you, buddy. We're having some technical difficulties. It's still storming up here, everybody, so. He seems frozen in time. I'm gonna shoot him a message. Y'all can keep reading on the screen, though, if you want. And sorry about the technical difficulties we're having. This has been a mission just to get online. Alright, he's gone out. He's gonna come back. Oh. Alright. Sorry, guys. I've just been informed that Franz has lost power. So, I don't think he's going to be coming back on. So, my apologies. Maybe we will come on tomorrow or next week. And until then, you guys can go check out my new video that I just put out. If you haven't watched it, give it a watch. It's called The Separation, and it explains current events about what's happening in the churches and the separation of God's people from the world. So, sorry to give in to all this technical destruction we're facing, but I don't have anything prepared to talk to anybody about. This is usually Franz's time to shine. So without him, I'm like a lost dog out here with nowhere to go. So with that, I will say God bless you all. Thanks for tuning in, and we will reconvene this as soon as possible. Take care.